let's get to the hip hop shit, the music shit. I didn't put this in the prep because I didn't want to talk about it, but too many people are talking about it for us to not talk about it.
Okay.
What's going on the West Coast? The West Coast is in shambles, Birdie. You hate to see
a
it.
subject that we've
Yeah.
seldom talked about.
You hate to see it.
I'm looking right at you right now.
No problem what's going on in the West. Actually, I think that should need to stay in the West. That's West Coast business. I don't even, you know what I'm saying? I don't even want to be getting no West Coast politics. I pull up over there, motherfucker 60s crip, banging on me and shit.
Snoop Dogg coming up talking shit.
Like, bro, I'm just visiting, bro.
So those that don't know, The Game and Kendrick, I thought this was common knowledge. I guess, Stat Quo went on Stat Quo and Justin Hunte have a podcast called The Third Verse. He went on there, and he basically confirmed something that I feel like a lot of people,
since 100, really,
felt away, is that Kendrick felt away about Drake shooting a music video featuring on a Game record on this album that Kendrick is also on, by the way. And
on the song 100.
Yeah. Shot a music video in Compton dissing Kendrick. We all knew it was a diss then. We all said, for the most part, Game was fouled. I'll let everybody chime in if they have opinions on that part of it. But then kind of the new news that broke from it is that Kendrick and Game haven't really been cool ever since. Kendrick hasn't really reached out to Game, and Game has, rightfully so to an extent, felt away about it because he was there when he was part of the people that pushed Kendrick when he was young, when he was up and coming. So where do you guys fall on this side of the fence? Do you feel like Kendrick should have approached Game about it? Do you think that the Game is wrong for saying, look, I come from like the beats with 50 with like, whoever, where it's like actual violence. This is just rap shit. I don't give a fuck like that. And if I knew it was a problem like that, I would have squashed it myself. So do you side with Game, or do you side with kind of Kendrick on it? Where do you guys break down this situation?
Well, didn't the Game say he didn't know?
Yeah, he didn't know that Kendrick had a problem. And he was saying though he would have, like, had he known Kendrick felt that way, had Kendrick told him, he would have squashed it. And he was looking at it, the Game was looking at it like, yo, this is just rap shit. Like, I come from, like, I wore, like, bulletproof vests and got bulletproof cars and shit when I was dealing with 50.
But I thought he was saying he didn't know that Drake and Kendrick was beef, or Drake dissed him on a song or something like that.
Yeah, no, he didn't know that part. But he's saying, like, even had I known, like, I would have just, like, had Kendrick told me. That's his point. Is, like, Kendrick should have just told him, instead of just, like, Kendrick just, like, stop fucking with him. Is like the point that he's making. And then, and then there's the side of, like, Game, bro, how can you not put two and two together? Like, these guys were clearly beefing at that point. Drake is in Kendrick's town doing a music video dissing him. Like, you also could have reached out to Kendrick and been like, hey, look, I'm hearing something. Do you feel a way about this?
I see somebody say, though, Compton ain't L.A.
Yeah.
So, like, do that really count?
In what sense?
So here's my thing about
like,
that, though.
And Drake, because if is Kendrick from Compton, right?
Compton, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Drake was in L.A., if they, like, two separate
No,
places.
Drake was in Compton for the music video.
He was in Compton?
He was
Yes.
in Compton for the video shoot.
Yeah.
Which
I
also,
seen somebody comment that said that's what
let's be honest, before the beef got hot, we all knew that Drake and Kendrick felt some type of way about each other. We
For
saw
sure.
the BET freestyles. We saw Drake's, like, and Drake sub Kendrick on that song.
Yeah.
So if you the Game, who is notorious for name dropping and just kind of using your clout on whoever you know, it baffles me that
the Game be name dropping, you know what I'm saying? Like, Drake so slick with it, probably just went right over his head, you know what I'm saying?
Then that's his bad. Like, we all knew that Drake was subbing Kendrick on that song, doing the video in that place.
But did the Game know that?
Well, then, motherfucker, I'm sorry, I can't. This ain't special ed. Like, we can't help you keep up with everything. Like, if you don't know, that's
no
on
kid
you.
left behind type shit.
Yo,
No,
Bush is out of office. The kids getting left behind, apparently.
no, but my thing is, this is now almost 10 years ago. This record, like, you could have easily been like, hey, look, you know what? It's been like 2 years since I talked to Kendrick. Let me go make sure things are cool. Like, and also for the timeline's sake, there's a picture of Kendrick in a damn hoodie hanging with Game that I think was in like 2019 that Game posted, and he was like, Kendrick is going to be on Born to Rap or whatever was supposed to be his last album. It was Born to Rap at that time. And then that feature didn't happen. I often theorize that he went and grabbed D-Smoke because he's like, let me get Kendrick light for this. But
no, because, Kendrick was on some Game shit early.
It's a good song.
Kendrick has very clearly distanced himself from Game.
Yeah.
And it was very obvious. And again, if the Game is that oblivious to what's going on, that'd be like me sitting here, and I know I've been away for a couple weeks, but me sitting here and being like, oh, wait, you like Iceman? Like, come on.
Yeah.
That's basic shit.
Also, let's put two and two together. And Zeus, I want your opinion on this too. Like, Kendrick is very heavily involved with Dr. Dre. And obviously we know Dr. Dre and Game, the whole 50 beef. Dre took 50's side, right or wrong. It's just like, there were certain politics and power dynamics that were at play. And again, I love the Game. Game is one of my favorite rappers ever. So I actually I wish for the kumbaya between him and Kendrick. But
is there a Game song where he does not mention another rapper?
You're putting me on the spot here. I think there's an interlude somewhere.
Because all his
Game
things,
has great
all
albums,
his
though.
lyrics are like pitching that, like, Tupac. Like, he always has to mention somebody else.
if Gay is happy, I'm Isaiah Rashad.
Yeah, that's crazy. Was it that album?
No, it's that album.
No, it
after.
had to be after. Because
That's crazy, Gay.
wow.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, I just feel like there's two sides. Look, I understand Gabe being like, "Hey, Kendrick, bro, like I was there when we like quote unquote passed the torch, like and I championed you and always rocked with you." And him and Drake have a real relationship, so I have no problem with him, not standing by Drake, but also just like not being one of the people to kick his back in. I think Game respects the hell out of both of them, but what it comes down to is bro, if you link up with my number one op, and I hate this man, I hate this man, and you let him diss me in my city,
on your song, on your album,
some things don't have to be said. I have a beef right now that it doesn't need to be addressed. The line was crossed. Some things were said. They should definitely know that line was crossed, and it is what it is.
I'm about to see who not on the podcast in the past couple of weeks.
So I'm not gonna be like I'm not gonna go out of my way to be like, hey, for the record, I'm mad at you. No, it is what it is. Like, fuck you, and until it's not, and that's just how it is sometimes. So we can't act like this isn't a human response.
You couldn't have had a conversation with the nigga though, like just texting like, I don't respect you for doing X.
No,
Y,
I
Z,
would have.
blah,
In most cases, I have, but I'm talking to one specific case, and for whatever reason, I felt like that line was clearly crossed. Things were said, and I'm just distancing myself, and it is what it is.
I'm kind of with you in a.
But I don't think you're wrong. 90% of the time, I probably handle it that way. I probably go,
if
yo,
I got a
you
relationship
stepped out
with
of
you,
line.
I would like to be able to have the conversation. But at the same time, if I'm in a very public opposition situation, you and I are not. But let's just say because of the proximity that you and I are very clearly not cool with each other. And we both sitting here, and then you all of a sudden hanging out with these two on a video talking what could very clearly be taking shots at me, I'm going to feel some type of way about all you three of y'all.
I thought we was just rapping.
Yeah. And that's another point of games which I kind of feel him. I kind of feel him in like, hey, look, like the rap beefs I deal with, there was like actual violence.
How many rap beefs do you deal with?
Me personally,
Yes.
like 12.
Okay, that's fair.
But I think that
High Noon and El Saloon.
yeah, I think that don't you say their name on it. No, I'm talking shit. But I think that also like this whole like game shit commenting, like one day I'm gonna like pull back the curtain and y'all can see how phony, like I love Game. But like we've been calling Game phony for years, so it's like pin the tail on the donkey type thing.
What was the show he was on?
I don't know.
You know, that's
Was it Love and Hip Hop?
not Love and Hip Hop, but it was like one of those like X Factor, like Date the X or something. It was on a CW show.
That says all it
you know
needs.
what I'm saying? When you think about, you know, how Game's career has gone, he's latched on to Drake. You feel me? Like, not to say latched on.
Latched
but, like,
on is
he
crazy.
You feel me? But he fuck with Drake. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's like he done made this known over the years. So it's like,
And I got no problem with him, like,
yeah. And I
you know,
think
not
that-
shitting on Drake.
Yeah, but I feel like that conflict was always gonna be, you know, addressed at some point because, you know, if it's a line, like you said, if it's a line, you can't be on the other side. You feel me? Because if we really got real problems, then you know, you just can't be on it.
I mean, let's look back at the opposite side of that. LeBron James showed up at the pop out, and Drake still is pissed about that, even though LeBron and the Drake have been like boys since day
Bro's
one.
got a tattoo of him.
Listen,
Had.
Oh yeah, that's right. He
that's
covered
the
up for
reason why
SGA.
Yeah.
double agents so
Fucking
dangerous. Double agents,
He
agents
he
dangerous
covered up
for a
a
reason.
tattoo
You
of
never
a man
know
on
what
his
side
body
they
with
on.
a tattoo
So
Yeah.
of
it's
another
like,
man on his body.
you
I
never
mean,
know
that is
the same
fact.
Information
He
about,
should
you know.
did, I don't know, like Michael Jordan or somebody that's just like right there with LeBron, not like somebody who's still building their career.
SGA.
No, but he did SGA
is
because
crazy.
SGA is another Canadian.
Canadian, I know, but
But again, so it's not surprising
No,
that
fuck that,
and
bro. Their
Drake,
force fires gotta chill.
and that's one of the things you think about during the whole beef, during the whole rap like feud, civil war, whatever we want to call it. One of the things that Drake has had against like Khaled and all them is the fact that they never took a side. Drake was not only just getting mad at people who were taking Kendrick's side or showing up the Kendrick shit. He was getting mad at his friends who didn't take his side.
Who just fell back? Yeah.
Who just fell back. Game was not one of them. Game was always
Game was
supporting
pretty,
Drake.
yeah,
Vocal,
sided
very
on
vocal.
Drake. If anything, that made, and it also makes sense because if you're not talking to Kendrick for years and you got a genuine relationship with Drake, which I think he does, then yeah, like it was always gonna.
And it always felt like Game's association with Kendrick was more of like we're from the same area, so we got to support each other. Versus Drake, it actually felt like Game and him were real friends. So to
Yes.
me, it does not surprise me that
Yeah.
that's the way that this went because Game was never really that close with Kendrick. He'd be like, "Hey, yo, I'll give you a verse, you give me a
Yes.
verse, or I'll pay for a verse for you to help build the buzz of this song."
Yeah.
Versus like, yo, we actually rock. You
But
never.
Kendrick loved Game too. That's the part that's like.
But he grew.
fucked
But
up.
but the
because
thing is,
he grew up on it.
He
yeah.
grew up on it, and it's the same thing as like sometimes your idols become your rivals. Like,
Yeah.
he grew up on Snoop. He grew up on all this, and that's when Snoop again. What
Mm-hmm.
did Kendrick say? I pray when Snoop posted Taylor Made, it was just the edibles.
Yeah.
Like he was saying, like, yo, that's someone I actually really like
Have a
fuck with.
relationship. Yeah.
I'm hoping that the diss against me was just because you were just promoting
Yeah.
shit. That's how Kendrick felt about it. Like,
Yeah.
I understand that there's a level of marketing to all of this that we don't see the full like every through line of, but I can honestly think that Drake and Game are actual friends, where
Yes.
Game and Kendrick were more of just like you, the big homie who did this before me. Let me
Right.
see what I can learn from you.
Yeah.
Let me hop on some shit with you,
I
and
mean-
you can hop on some shit with me because now I'm the buzzing motherfucker in the same city. It
Yeah.
was never about a friendship. You never really see them hanging out. They weren't hanging out at Dodgers games
Yeah.
or Lakers games or anything like that. You
That's
would
true.
see Drake and Game hanging out
Yeah.
outside of rap.
That's a good way to put it. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I just, for the sake of being West Coast P, I just wish that everything was I just wish that everything was good. But I totally understand where it's at. And a lot of times I've been critical of Game, and this is one where I can't be that critical. Like I think both are completely at fault in this scenario, and it's one of those things where it's like for the quote unquote like sake of the West Coast or the sake of hip hop, you'd want them to be on good terms, but it is what it is, man. Like it's not clearly Game's not ever going to cross the line, because even though he feels away, he's never going to he still hasn't outright disrespected Kendrick, and Kendrick same. Kendrick, like, people are now trying to find shots at Game, and I don't know a single shot in his catalog that you could attribute to Game. Like I just think
Kendrick just don't. I think it's a kind of a situation where Kendrick just don't fuck with him like that.
That's it.
For real.
That's it.
I don't see, but how is it both at fault though? What you mean by?
Because I think again,
Or neither's at fault.
I think it's just all communication, or maybe neither is at fault, is to put it a better way. Because I feel like Kendrick is entitled to feel like that was crazy as fuck that you just let Drake do that, like blah blah blah. And then I also feel like it's on Game's end. I genuinely didn't see this as a problem, because I came from beefs that were much different than this beef. Mm-hmm. And so if there was a problem, like Game could have also reached out to Kendrick and been like, hey, look, man, like, the fuck is up?
He put the verse in before I knew what was going on.
And Kendrick could have also been like, Kendrick also could have been like, instead of just like doing this whole like sensei thing, like whatever, the way they say he moves is like a sensei, where he just don't be saying shit, he just does shit. And it's like, no, communication. Like, tell me I fucked up.
Yeah, so Platte, you know what this kind of remind me of a little bit is, again, not comparing the two artists in the same situation here. Like, I know they're both Geminis, but when Kanye West got mad at Travis Scott for Sicko Mode, for Drake doing the whole like checks over stripes, turned around the block, made a right, like literally driving the directions to Kanye's house. Insane. From their houses in his house in Calabasas, and he's like, Travis Scott, you supposed to be family, like, why you just letting this man just basically roast me on your song?
Yeah.
It's a similar thing. Like,
Whack 100 co-executive producer and Stat Quo of this album. Full circle moment.
Full circle. It's
crazy.
The same thing where you talk about, like, you know, and I hadn't just lost it when you said that. I'm sorry.
My bad.
It's all good. But
genuinely just caught that for the first time.
But no, it's just the same. It's like a similar thing with the thing I was gonna make the point of, if Future came out and he was like, hey, yo, Drake, I didn't know Kendrick was going to go this, like, say this on the track against you and J. Cole, but I still put the song out. You know where the situation, all these people, we know it as fans, but all of them know it as how they live and how their persona is. And even if that's not what they truly feel in their hearts, that's how their persona is right now. You can't have Kendrick drop the like that verse and him and Future be like, oh, I didn't know this was about Drake or J. Cole.
Yeah.
You can't have Travis Scott be out here, Drake, like, oh, I didn't know Drake was talking about Kanye. Mm-hmm. They know what they're doing. They know the controversy of it. Now, whether they mean it in their hearts or not, they know what it's going to bring in terms of buzz.
Right. Yeah. Look, man, it is what it is. Before we get into the other beef, Gucci Man versus Pusha T, which I'm very glad that we have some of the panel that we have today, because particularly I remember when that was popping off, it was a week of rotating doors, and we didn't quite have the people that we have now.
We didn't know everything we knew at that time.
And we also didn't know everything. So I definitely want to get into that. But before all of that, we have a Roddy Ricch album update.